Hi guys, Ashley here. Welcome to the next episode of Ashley's Digital China. Today we're going to talk about the 11/11 that has just passed, and we're going to see what are some of the measures to evaluate our brand success on this platform. Let's jump straight into this. Well, first of all, the long-awaited Singles Day shopping festival has just ended in China, as you well know. This year's event has received a lukewarm reception from the Chinese shoppers, and a lot of media has already reported about that. In fact, for the first time in the festival's history, both Alibaba and JD did not release the full sales numbers. However, Alibaba has also stated on Saturday, just past, that the festival outcome is in line with last year's GMV, which is the gross merchandise volume performance. The total GMV, talking about that important indicator, from all major e-commerce platforms in China has crossed 1 trillion RMB for the first time, according to reports. And according to this analysis, traditional e-commerce platforms netted over 934 billion, while newer e-commerce platforms such as Douyin, for example, or in the West we call it TikTok, netted around 181 billion RMB. However, having said that the GMV had a positive growth during this 11/11, it is difficult to ignore China's declining economy. In fact, with Chinese consumers getting thriftier and more reluctant to spend lavishly, this has been a major concern for some brands working in China, both domestic and international brands. Overconsumption is frowned upon among the Chinese consumers. It is not only due to the fact that the economy is slowing down, but also with this renewed focus on China's common prosperity, less and less people are willing to engage in lavish lifestyle and spending and showing off. Hence, this is not a total shock, as companies such as Alibaba are now for years trying to shift attention away from pure GMV performance and to focus on something else. For brands, 11/11 has always been paramount important. Company would start planning for their next 11/11 6 or even 12 months ahead of time, and of course pour a lion portion of their marketing budget in this occasion. So let's take a look at a typical marketing budget distribution of mid to large sized brands working in China. A minimum of 30 to 50% of brands' earnings in the country are typically reinvested in marketing. The balance between marketplace and non-marketplace marketing is around 50-50 for many brands. So platforms such as Tmall and JD are the examples of marketplaces. Platforms such as WeChat and Weibo and Red are platforms that are considered non-marketplaces first. So typically 50 to 70% of this spending on marketplaces is utilized to improve major sales occasions, such as Double 11 and 618 and CNY, and of course super brand days, with the remaining 30% used for routine maintenance, which is commonly performed through search and other optimizations. The outside marketplace budget is often allocated as follows: 40% spent on advertising and platform alliances, 30% on influencers and KOLs, 20% of live streaming, and 10% on content creation. Naturally, each brand is different and distinct, and there's no one size fits all, especially in China. Brands with little awareness are more likely to go and invest more in branding and content, whereas well-known brands can run sales as target advertising as their primary driver. So this year, this 11/11 budget distribution has changed. While GMV is still very important, brands are looking for new ways to evaluate how successful their Double 11 is. And not only this year, 2022, but also beyond. The festival is no longer a single sales and discount extravaganza, but a festival of creativity, loyalty, gamification, new products launches, sales, and new marketing formats. So the budget is also going in these new technologies, better CRM, better gamification, etc. So today, here for you, I'm presenting 4 new metrics to help you evaluate the success of your Double 11 campaign beyond pure GMV. First of all, acquiring new members and strengthening your CRM and customer loyalty. Super important. Double 11 could be used as a tool to help brands recruit new members and better serve existing CRM. Let's take Alibaba as an example. So over 1 billion people in China are now considered annual active customers across all platforms within Alibaba Group. Taobao and Tmall have retention rates of up to 98% of their high quality customers. And those are people spending more than 10,000 RMB each year. And Taobao and Tmall have more than 25 million members of their 88 VIP, or we call it Baba VIP in Chinese. This is a loyalty program, and on average, the user spends 57,000 RMB with Alibaba a year. The number of brand members on Tmall has climbed by more than 30% on average during the course of the previous year, 2021. Over 40 brands today each have more than 10 million subscribers under their own umbrella. And again, what is a brand member? It means I don't just go to a platform, Alibaba, to purchase and I'm a member of Alibaba membership and loyalty program, but I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brands that I like, and I become a member of their unique shop. So today, brands and retailers use 1111 to recruit new members and amass consumer insights and engage with their existing database and CRM better. Let's take a look at another indicator, and number 2 is launching new products and further winning the consumer mindshare. Indeed, Double 11 is the ideal time for brands to introduce new products into the market. And this year is, of course, no exception. Again, taking Alibaba as an example, Ferrari, for instance, released a new clothing line this year, while dozens of international brands that are China newbies entered the country this year. And of course, Alibaba is really well positioned to help brands innovate new products, create them, not just help launch them. Alibaba has TMIC, or Tmall Innovation Center. This is a dedicated new product incubation platform that is part of Alibaba. It is in strong position to help companies develop and launch new goods by collecting consumer insights, analyzing data, and proposing how can you innovate a product, add a new ingredient, and launch it in the most meaningful way. TMIC is collaborating with many new and old domestic and international brands to quickly create and act on consumer insights. Number 3 is experimenting with new digital formats to serve customers better. Brands test and use new creative formats these days during 11/11, such as digital commerce infrastructure and new marketing technology to improve customer experience and bring out the fun as well. Taking Jingdong as an example, during the ongoing Singles Day Grand promotion this year, JD employed technologies such as VR, AI, and digital collectibles in its various new retail/omni-channel scenarios. So various brands such as Louis Vuitton, Celine, Bulgari, they all participated in this program where they created 3D visualization of their iconic products. And JD shoppers were able to essentially see the product in 360 in a lot of detail. Some luxury brands chose blockchain-based digital collectibles and NFTs to highlight their distinct products. For example, on Jingdong, Max Mara ran a campaign where from November 6th to 11th, customers who bought one of 20 specific products at Jingdong's Max Mara flagship store were eligible for a limited edition digital collectible depicting a skiing teddy bear. Yes, indeed. Number 4 is spotting the trends and, of course, acting on those trends long term. Throughout the course of Double 11, companies and merchants are able to gain an even better understanding of China's most recent consumption trend and better position themselves to capitalize on those emerging opportunities. We have seen niche products such as unisex underwear, clean beauty skincare, glamping, and outdoor sports related products, as well as sustainable consumption, becoming bestsellers within the previous few years Double 11. Jingdong, for instance, saw a significant increase in keyword searches for terms such as energy saving, green, low carbon, organic, and others. So JD began the Green Impact Initiative in May this year, labeling roughly 1 million products on its platform with ecologically friendly labels. So spotting the trends and acting on them in the year to come is definitely something extremely important, and 11/11 can help you with that. So to conclude, 11/11 is still an extremely important occasion in China. It's not just one day big promotion and sales extravaganza. It is a festival that lasts for 3 to 4 weeks, not just on one platform, but on a variety of platforms, including Jingdong, Alibaba, Suning, Douyin, and many, many others. You do want to participate in it, but we need to start looking at how 11/11 is actually evolving. We need to recognize the fact that it's not only about sales and GMV anymore. There are opportunities to spot trends, launch new products, recruit new members, and expand your CRM, and so much more. So when you're planning your next 11/11, or for that matter, any marketing campaign, look at how you are going to evaluate it, what is important for you as a brand for your long-term China development, and then distribute your marketing budgets accordingly. If you need help reviewing your current marketing campaigns and planning for 2023, not only marketing campaigns, but also your content, your blogger engagement, doing your consumer research, and understanding how to best position yourself for these next year opportunities, do get in touch. I'll be happy to connect you with my team for more. Meanwhile, stay tuned for more Ashley's Digital China episodes to come. Happy November, and let's go get them.